My brother came to visit me with his cool Harley. Rick would like one, but with other car accidents, I'm not so sure if that's something we're gonna do. Plus, we've got 2 kids, so it's maybe retirement years. The end of our street, and it looked like they might be building another house here. I'm not sure. It's kind of a funny place to build it because the highway is right there, right next to it. So the property's right up against the highway. So it's a funny place to have a new house. I wonder if they're going to build an exit off of this highway, off our road, because it dead ends right into here, and we're kind of in between 2 exits. But I don't think that's going to happen, at least not for the next 20 years, 10, 20 years. But you know, it's hard to say anymore. Back in there, unfortunately, they throw a lot of garbage. I don't like that people just dump things. I think we saw an old boat in here once. Let's go take a look. Smells good in here, like pine. See, garbage. I don't know whose property this is. This is kind of like a trail. We always see 4-wheelers back here. I really don't know whose property this is. I probably shouldn't go very far. See that boat? But yeah, you see 4-wheelers come through here, or dirt bikes. I'm not sure where it goes or if it's somebody's property, so I'm not going to go in there. We thought we'd take a little drive down here at the end of our road. Take some pictures. The sky's really pretty. I don't know if you could tell. Willow wants to get some photos for her Instagram. Make sure you follow her. So follow Willow on her Instagram, RuthBerry207. Oh, and she's a writer, so if you want to check out her blog, it's actually a novel, fiction, fantasy, sci-fi fiction, free. If you want to read, it's young adult. It's at willowschafer.com. Share and spread the word. She wants to get her writing out there for all to see. We'll be looking for a publisher soon. She's working on a couple of other novels. So that's what's happening over here. I know this whole corner lot here is like, I don't know, like 5 acres maybe, I don't remember. And it looks like they're building something right in there. I don't know if they bought all of the property or if they split it up. I'm not sure. I thought it said commercial and residential, but I can't believe they would put anything commercial at the end of my street. I mean, literally, look. It's just houses. Some empty land over here. There's ribbons around these trees. That means they're going to cut them down. Can you see the white string around the trees? That means they're going to cut it down. See, this trail continues, and I know people go down it on their dirt bikes, so I don't know where it goes. Real quick about moving to Florida, because people are having trouble being able to find a job when they're not living in the state, and people will tell them, the employers, that they should call them when they get down here. But the problem is people are having trouble getting an apartment without a job, like a catch-22. What I remember was when we moved down here, we needed to have 1 year's worth of rent in the bank. We had had our 401k, So that kind of helped us out. But we have a subscriber who had pointed out on another video that she was able to find rent at $760, $800 a month in Tampa, and her son was actually making more than he was back up in Ohio, so that's really good to know. And I was talking to some other people, and they suggested call the temporary agencies. So at least you have a job, and you have a better chance of getting that job, even though you're not down here yet. You could always switch jobs later, but just to get down here to have something. The other thing that you can do, and you want to look into this, don't take my word on it, but check UPS store, and you can get an address, a Florida address, but don't get a P.O. box like at the post office. People want a real address, but the problem is you don't have a driver's license, a Florida driver's license, and some people might want that. But for temporary agency, I have a feeling if they understand that you're moving down here. So check with that. Watch other videos about moving out of state, because it doesn't matter what state you move into, everyone seems to be running across the same problem as far as getting a job when they're not living here and getting an apartment when you're not living here. The number one thing I do know is have more money in the bank than I even had mentioned. If your rent's $1,000 a month, have $12,000 minimum in the bank. They don't make you give the money to them or anything. They just want to make sure you've got money. You're not here with $500 and they can't kick you out. It's hard to kick people out. Actually, it's a little easier in Florida. They can kick you out. Like back in Ohio, it could take 6 months to try to kick somebody out. I think that's how it works. From what I understand, they could put you out on the street pretty quickly, but they don't want to deal with that. They just want to make sure you get paid. They just want to know you've got money coming from somewhere. So if it's from your 401k, or if it's from a savings account, a job, 6 months to a year's worth of rent. So that's how much money you need. Sure, you can come down with less. And one of my viewers have said they came down with, I think it was less than $5,000 for the three of them. And they did it. So you just gotta look around. If you're single, of course, you can easily find rooms for rent. But the sky's so pretty, I'm not sure if this is doing it justice. It's just like gray and blue and silver and all kinds of colors. If you're an artist, I'm sure you could appreciate the colors. So I hope this helped a little bit more as far as information as to how to prepare when moving out of state and what you should have. Money always talks, and it's hard to come by, so it's a little tricky. But check out those temp agencies, and if you go through enough people, you'll eventually find a job. It's like a full-time job, getting a job out of state. It's easier for some people, especially if you're into programming or healthcare, things like that. It's much easier. Sometimes they even pay to help you move, especially in the healthcare field. I've seen that before. Do your homework. Check other YouTube videos out. There's a lot of good ones about moving out of state. And honestly, all of Florida is really beautiful to me. I mean, just people who hate Florida and they like the mountains, which I love too. So I understand that. I'm just talking to those of you who want to move here. But what I'm saying applies to moving to any state. And keep in mind, when you move to another state, one of the big things you need to know that nobody tells you is you need to switch that driver's license out immediately to the new address, because they will ticket you. And I'm pretty sure that's almost in every state. Every state might have a different amount of time they give you. Here in Florida, you have 10 days. It might be 10 business days, I'm not sure. But get that license switched over to the new state. Get yourself settled, then make sure you register your car, because you'll get pulled over, ticketed. I mean, it's a lot of trouble. But look at that sunset. That's a beauty. Look at that sky. Wow. Pretty dark, huh? Looks like rain out there. I don't know if you could see it right there. You can kind of see streaks from where I am. I don't know if it shows up on the camera or not. Thumbs up if you like. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.